Hi, my name is Imran Naqvi and today I will be covering my graduate research project for the Human Resource Management course under Dr. Sanchez at Emberton University. I will discuss the impact of workplace diversity on the productivity or innovation of the organization. My presentation will cover introduction, hypothesis statement, significance of the workplace diversity, methodology, literature review, suggestions, and then limitations of the study. What is an ideal diverse workplace? Imagine of a workplace Imagine of a diverse workplace, a workplace with an energetic mosaic of skills, cooking pot of unique experiences, and a reserve of diversity, where different cultures, genders, racial, ethnic backgrounds, religion, and age from the drapery of talents and capacities. Imagine the magic that happens when minds from different walks of life put efforts to form synergy. The workplace with miscellaneous collection of individuals is a powerhouse that energizes organizational productivity and innovation. Cox-T workplace diversity pertains to the array of distinction present among individuals within an organization. These distinctions encompasses factors like race, ethnicity, gender, age, sexual orientation, religion, education, socioeconomic background, physical abilities, and much more. Additionally, workplace diversity encompasses variations in viewpoints, values, abilities, and past experiences that individual belongs to their professional environment. According to Cox, According to Cox and Blake, workplace diversity epitomizes the multifarious distinctions existing among individuals within an organizational framework. This intricate tapestry encompasses a myriad of elements, including but not limited to race, gender, ethnic heritage, age, personality traits, cognitive styles, length of tenure, organizational functions, educational pedigrees, and more. Furthermore, it encapsulates an array of disparate perspectives, attitudes, and values that individuals imbue within the workplace milieu. Organizational productivity is a measure of how well a company uses its resources to achieve its objective and goals. Innovation is introduction of new ideas, tools, techniques, services, or products that enhances organizational efficiency, provide monetary benefit, or deliver a competitive advantage to an organization. Let's talk about the hypothesis statement. The workplace diversity has a positive impact on an organizational productivity and innovation. We're going to unravel the link between the workplace diversity and organizational productivity and innovation. Let's dive deep into the impact of diverse employee based on business performance. With the enhanced creativity and innovation, workplace diversity bring together different views, perceptions, and thought process. This is fosters creativity and innovation. Better furnished to solve complex organizational problems is diverse experiences and multiple viewpoints enhanced between the problem-solving capabilities. With amplified responsiveness to market evolution and changing customers' demands in the evolving and ever-changing dynamics of the global market and businesses trends, diverse employees and teams are better equipped for adaptability. Diversity provides a broad view and better lens to gauge varying customer demands. Incorporation of diverse perspective in decision-making is reduced possibilities of bias, narrow, and uncomprehensive decisions. A large talent pool for the employment is when hiring teams approach individuals from diverse backgrounds. They get an enlarged talent pool. And then we have, by having a diverse workforce is essential for businesses in our globalized world. It allows them to comprehend the intricacies of diverse markets and customer preferences. Cultural competence is also significant for achieving organizational goals, especially for international businesses. This means that being considerate and respectful towards different cultures, which in turn develops communication, promotes positive relationships, and ultimately contributes to the organizational goals achievement. The inclusive workplace makes employees feel valued and respected. Means that when employees feel cherished and welcomed, they perform better. Their efficiency, job performance, and satisfaction increases, which catalyze organizational productivity. As the quantitative study would not have given clear picture of the social phenomenon being discussed, so we are using the qualitative approach. We have analyzed different primary research journal articles. Data was collected using keywords such as workplace diversity, employee diversity, organizational or business productivity, innovation, and other related terms. The academic database, there are so many that have been used. An inclusion criteria is the article that provides rich qualitative or quantitative understanding, the article that directly answers the hypothesis. While the exclusion criteria is a study published that before 2011, studies of workplace diversity that do not answer the research question. Before diving into the analysis of the empirical studies and exploring the relationship between the workplace diversity and organizational performance in context of many other variables, I would like to quote the result Workplace Diversity by consultancy firm. Research conducted by McKinsey & Company has found that the companies with the most racial and ethnic diversity among their employees are 35% more likely to generate revenue than their national business medians. The Boston Consulting Group also found that businesses with the diverse boards of directors are more likely to get more than average financial returns. The study of the Network for Business Sustainability has stated that businesses with diverse workforce witness are 1 to 32 times more productivity than the other ones that are dominated by employees from a common background. The Patterson Institute for International Economics has found that the companies with more culturally different employees are more likely to innovate and develop new products and services. A study was done on the employee diversity on organizational performance by Mary Malhotra and Goswami in 2023. The main purpose was to investigate the impact of the employee diversity on organizational performance. The study derives its theoretical base from the diversity performance relationship theory. The methodology of that study was the research approach is quantitative, and it uses data from employees in the multiple organizations. The statistical design is used to analyze the collected data. When we're talking about the result of the study was the diverse workforce resulting in augmenting organizational performance. The organizational performance in the context of the research is defined in terms of the productivity, innovations, and employee satisfaction. If we talk about the limitations of the study for the data collections has been collected online, which limits the accuracy of the research result. The sample size is not very large. It does not cover organizations from all regions of the world. There are factors other than workplace diversity that impact organizational performance, and these factors have not been studied. Organizations should strive to forge diverse workforce by making the recruiting process more inclusive and offer adaptable milieu. The organizational policies, on the other hand, should be inclusive and welcoming for all the employees from all the races, and fair policies and practices must be ensured. There was another study for the workplace diversity by Soriano in 2022. The purpose was to find the link between the implementation of diversity in workplace and its implication on organizational competitiveness. The organizational policies should be inclusive and welcoming for all. When we talk about the methodology, it was using a descriptive method of investigation. A survey questionnaire has been filled by 30 participants with the management positions. Degree of the correspondence between workplace diversity and organizational effectiveness has been measured using correlation coefficients. If we talk about the findings from that research, the research study has found that the workplace diversity has positive impact on the organizational competitiveness. The research uses reposed from only 30 participants. The questionnaires method for data collection is not as reliable as interviews or schedules. So companies should ensure an inclusive and equitable environment for all the employees where they feel valued and their contributions are valued. There should be educational programs in the organization that teach about navigating one's path in a diverse workplace. The managers should only judge or evaluate their subordinates on the basis of their performance. So if there was, on the third one for the business performance study by Bain and the company HBR, the decision-driven organization from Lars in 2017, the purpose was to test the hypothesis diversity plus inclusion is better decision-making at the work. So it shows that how important it is to have the age plus gender diversity to have for a success of a company or any organization. The methodologies the research studied 588 organizational decisions made by 184 teams with different level of diversity in a wide variety of organizations. What they found was that firstly, the research has established that 95% of the time decision making determines the success of a business or an organization. Secondly, diverse teams enhances the decision making process by 87%. If we look at this diagram and look at the graph, that we could see that how important it is to have the age plus gender geographic diversity. If you start from the bottom, we can see that if the organization has all of the male and there's no diversity there, then it's like 58%. But then it jumps all the way up to 87% if there is age plus gender and the geographic diversity in the organization. As explained earlier, the link between the workplace diversity and organization performance is not straightforward. And we could see that in the literature review here. That from the culture, diversity, and organization outcome moderating role of training, the purpose was to analyze the mediating role of diversity training for the impact of different levels of nationality, diversity, and diversity beliefs on the team's performance and creativity. 192 undergraduate participants from 41 nationalities were recruited to experiment with the effect of the diversity training through controlled and experimental group methodology. What we got out of that was the diversity has a positive impact on the team creativity and performance when appropriate diversity training are provided in an organization that has a diverse nationality base. Like I said, like we said earlier, the link between the workplace diversity and organization performance is not straightforward. There are many mediating and moderation factors that play their role. Study examined the mediating role of diversity training on organizational performance for cultural diverse workforce. Methodology for this would be, if we, like I mentioned, that 192 participants were recruited here, and just to check the effect of diversity training through controlled and experimental group work methodology. If we talk about the results for this one, was that diversity training enhances team efficacy and creativity when nationality diversity is high and the team has less positive pertaining diversity beliefs. Diversity training was ineffective or detrimental to increase the creativity and performance when there was low nationality diversity and less positive diversity belief. So a higher level of nationality diversity is linked to a better organizational outcomes when appropriate diversity training is provided and when employees hold positive beliefs about diversity in the workplace. There were numerous limitations of the study indicate possible directions for future investigations. First, the study lacks external validity, even though its controlled experimental design makes it possible to establish causality. The study's teams, which were assembled especially for the investigation, were made up of comparatively young adults with little professional background. More practical insights might be obtained by repeating the research in long-term organizational settings with well-established teams. Secondly, the brief duration of the study prompts inquiries regarding the durability of diversity training outcomes over an extended period. Although the effects were seen soon after the training, it is still unclear if they last for a long time. Future studies could examine the long-term effects of diversity trainings and the factors influencing it, especially in an organizational context. So in this review, the focus of the study was not entirely on having diversity in an organization, but on diversity management practices and their impact on team-related outcomes and innovative workplace behavior. Having and managing diversity in workplace are two different constructs. Diverse viewpoints may result in conflict within the team and can lead to plurality. Diversity is not only linked to benefit, as it can also result in the development of prejudice within a team due to disparities in perception. Therefore, managing diversity is of more important nature than just having diversity in an organization. We have previously explained inclusion and training as an important tool of managing diversity. This research has analyzed the impact of the values, beliefs, and rules of diverse organizational culture on innovative workplace behavior through mediating relationship of teamwork climate. The results showed positive relation between diversity management and IWB. Positive beliefs, values, and rules regarding diversity improve innovation workplace behavior. Positive beliefs, values, and rules regarding diversity also impact teamwork climate. If we talk about the limitations, it has been implemented on the territory of the Slovak Republic, which leads to geographical limitation. The study lacks an experimental design, making it challenging to establish causality conclusively, relies on the middle-level managers' subjective view, potentially differing from perspective of superiors or subordinates. And if we are trying to give the suggestions on this one, I suggest that the beliefs, values, and the rules, although represents the invisible layers of the organizational culture, but have a strong impact on IWB and are more important to manage than implementation tool. In the study of diversity and organizational innovation, the role of employee involvement, the purpose was to the impact of the workplace and the diversity and employee involvement on organizational innovation. The organization which ensure diversity and involvement of employees, especially from marginalized backgrounds in decision-making, witness enhanced levels of innovations. Workplace diversity does not augment innovation, when involvement of employee from historically marginalized group is low. Majority of the studies have documented the positive impact of diversity on organizational outcomes, but this equation is always moderated or mediated by other factors. Among the most significant factors are also the roles of leadership. Leadership style, leadership commitment, and leadership expertise all have been found to mediate the impact of diversity on organizational performance. In age-diverse workforce, job crafting plays a mediating role, age-diverse workforce, and organization performance. The inclusive practices by human resource management and learning-oriented behavior of employee are critical to explore the potential of diversity, said by Liu Zhu and Wang. Another study highlights that racial diversity has negative effect on organizational productivity when the variable of diversity management practices moderate the equation. Racial diversity positively impacts organizational performance. By Cho and Rainey in 2009 mentioned that. World has become ever more globalized, with the business operating on global scale. For global businesses operations, it is imperative to use diverse pool of employees to cater needs of diverse client base and deal with the international business partners and reach global audience. The demographics are also evolving in 21st century with increased migration and multiculturalism. Business should make desired changes in their team compositions to reflect this diversity. Ethical standards of 21st century also demand diverse workspaces. Laws against discrimination and ethical standards require providing equal opportunities to everyone, regardless of their backgrounds. Addressing workplace diversity not only aligns with these legal requirements, but also foster ethical conduct within the businesses. Rapid advancement in technology demands business to catalyze innovation to stay relevant and competitive. To retain millennials and Gen Z employees, workplace diversity is necessary because 21st century employees demand it. They prioritize inclusive workspaces that respect and welcome all. Post-pandemic market trends are continuously changing and fluctuating. Many businesses have lost relevance and many have failed. Many new have emerged. Diverse workforce increases resilience of organizations in unforeseeable, and uncertain circumstances. When we talk about changing the dynamics of the global markets, there are examples of disruption of supply chains due to Russian-Ukraine crisis. Diverse teams will help organizations navigate their path in such circumstances. So the goal is to make world more inclusive and welcoming for everyone. Research on such topics allow everyone to be culturally sensitive and highlight hidden biases and discrimination existing in society. When we talk about suggestions, we need to know how we are going to shape an inclusive workspace. So there are a few factors that help to have an inclusive workspace, like diverse hiring, non-discriminatory rules, have the equal rights and opportunities for everyone, a culturally sensitive organizational environment where everybody have equal rights, and also we should always respect for the differences. Positive roles of people from top hierarchical positions to ensure diverse and inclusive archipelago in an organization. No glass ceilings for employees from marginalized backgrounds. Inclusive decision-making, input from all employees being welcomed and appreciated. No discriminatory or biased policies or practices in the organizations. When we talk about the endorsement of the employee resource group, opportunities for building connections and harnessing working support should be there. The other point is about arranging the diversity training programs for employees. There should be the regular assessment and the improvement of the diversity initiatives there. And lastly, the mentorship programs for the employees for underrepresented groups. There are chances that the study will have certain limitations attached. Gauging and defining diversity can be complex task requiring a multifaceted approach. The description and classification of diversity varies according to the organization, cultures, and industries. Even the interpretation of diversity and inclusion vary. Thus, finding from a specific region or business may not be applicable or generalizable for all. The global business environment is changing rapidly, and along with this change, the attitudes towards workplace diversity, inclusion in hiring, organization innovation, and productivity are also fluctuating. So the study may not be applicable in future organization setting or past contexts. The equation of workplace diversity and organizational productivity also includes miscellaneous other variables like management of diversity, the role of managers, and business leaders, relationships between employees, organization setup, hiring criteria, etc. The study may not be able to comprehensively cover the nuances involved in defining the correlation. And when we talk about this slide, it explains how the organization can implement the diversity. And we need to have this remembering key concepts and stats related to the relationship between the workplace diversity and organizational performance. We need to understand the relationship between the diverse workplaces and organizational productivity and innovation. What we need to be applying is to discuss approaches for nurturing inclusivity and diversity within an organization. We need to analyze comparing the efficiency level of diverse and non-diverse teams as per different studies. We should also be evaluating the critically investigated research studies and peer-reviewed articles on the employee diversity and organization productivity, considering their purpose, methods, and findings. And lastly, by devising strategies to unlock the potential of the diverse workforce. At the end, I just want to say thank you so much for all your time. Please share, or if there are any comments, please comment in the comment section for me. Again, thank you again for your time.